Hello, hello, Jessica here with another layout for May I Scraplift You, and I'm actually coordinating this with the Mad About Mini Paper Pads series as well. And today I'm scraplifting this double page layout by Shannon Blinn, and she is One Scrappy Mom 71 on Instagram. And she actually did this layout, a double page layout for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches for the Best Of series that was recently held last year, I think it was. I think it was maybe June last year, if I remember right. But this is a double page layout, and I've chosen a bunch of camping photos. As you saw, that one that I was holding up was actually a photo of my son. He was playing with stickers while we were in our camper, and he stuck this backpack sticker actually on his back. And I just thought it was hilarious, and I was able to keep it to document in my scrapbook. So I've chosen a bunch of little photos that I had here. They were actually all printed wallet size, just is like 2 by 3, I think. Mine actually might be a little smaller. And I've pulled out this Project Life kit that I have. As you can see, there's a huge amount of pocket cards in this Project Life kit, and I have chosen to use this today because I thought, I have so many of these kits that I need to use up and I never use them. So I thought this would be perfect for the Mad About Mini Paper Pad series, because that series is to use your small paper pads or small papers, and this is just perfect because these are small papers. They're these little pocket cards that go in the Project Life photo albums, and I have a ton of them. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling out some to coordinate with my layout, and I am actually cutting bits and pieces out of a lot of these cards. So you can see I've cut out that little XOXO, and I'm going to cut out some little tags and labels to stick on the corners of some of my photos. And I'm cutting out this cute one with the little camera. I'm going to tuck that in the top left of my layout. And I'm actually sticking with a double page layout today because I know on some of my recent videos it came up that I think it was my celebration hop, that I really don't do double page layouts, and a lot of people do. So I wanted to kind of reach that inspiration group as well and give you some inspiration for a double page layout since I don't do them that much. So here you can see I'm just cutting this little label out of one of the cards, so I'm utilizing it that way, and this one as well. I just love all the colors in this Project Life kit, and I'll link it below for you, the name of it. I'll have to grab that and see what it's called, but I don't know if you can get it anywhere anymore because I've had it in my stash for so long now. I have a little embellishment pack that goes with it too, which I'll pull out here in a minute, and I'll add some embellishments from that. But basically what I've done here, I've stuck with the basic design that Shannon used because I really loved how she interpreted the sketch from Christy's Beautiful Life. And I'm going to use basically hers and just kind of go off of what she has. So she used, I believe, 2 by 2 sized photos, so that's what I've stuck to. My photos themselves are actually a little tiny bit smaller than 2 by 2 because I wanted to mat them, and I wanted all of my squares to be 2 by 2 inches. So my photos are just a hair smaller than that. And as you can see, I'm just kind of eyeballing the first square that I'm going to place down. So I'm going to start in a very strange section, or very odd location in this layout. I don't know really why I chose this part. I guess I was going off of the center. So I started kind of lining it up at the center of my layout, and I'm using my T-square ruler to center everything and make sure everything lines up within each row. And then I just kind of build it out from that square that I started from, if that makes sense. And then to carry that forward to the second page, all I do is I lay my page on top of the other one on an overlap, and I just line it up wherever I'm starting. And then I just build again from there. So everything will line up perfectly in the end. I know that probably doesn't make sense, but maybe me explaining it and watching it will make it, I don't know, make sense, I guess, in your brain. But it's, yeah, that's how I did it. I'm sure there's another way you can do it. You can measure it out if you want, but here is where I'm actually laying it on top of my other layout to start my second page. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it on the left and the right sides as far as the border. I just mainly want to make sure that these line up from each row, from a row standpoint. That way, whenever it's sitting in my book, everything is perfectly aligned and is all centered up. So it doesn't so much matter if the top and bottom or the sides of the layout matter too much. But okay, I've got everything stuck down now, and then I realized that her layout, she had a bunch of embellishments right here in this section. So I tore a couple of those squares off to make it match hers. And then I grabbed some Hip Kit Club alphas, and I'm just going to place those down here. And I'm just going to use a simple title today, and I'm just going to say camp, because that's what all of these photos are from. It was from one of our camping trips. My boys are super silly. They like to play with their bubble guns whenever we go camping, and they play at the playground, which is the photos on the right page on that second row. My son is also on the right page sleeping because he was just totally wore out that day. So he fell asleep as soon as we got in the truck to go for a ride. And there's just a lot of just random photos. There's also some fishing ones at the bottom, so I'm going to use some fishing elements down there. And I'm using up a sticker sheet that I had from Hobby Lobby, so that makes me feel good. And then I'm just using a bunch of random embellishments from my camping stash. So my friend Wendy sent me a whole bunch of embellishments for camping that she knew she wasn't going to use, and I have used quite a few on this layout, so I'm super happy about that. And then I'm just kind of filling this in, just wherever I see needs something, or anywhere that, you know, looks a little bare. I'm going to do some journaling to talk about the backpack sticker on his back on the bottom, and then him falling asleep in the truck on the right. So I'm just going to add that in here. And yeah, it's just a super simple layout. It's a nice grid layout. I really do like grid layouts. I should do them more often, but I don't know, I just tend to not do them that much. I've been doing a lot of single photo layouts, which I kick myself every time I do one, because I think I really need to get more photos on my pages, because it seems like I have so many photos and a lot of my pages end up just with one single photo documented. So I really need to try to get more into my pages so my books aren't so huge. But this is a great way to get a lot of photos on your pages to do a grid layout. Here I'm just using some gold sparkle spray on this, and then I'm just grabbing some more stickers and embellishing some more. I'm using a lot of random embellishments. So I have a camping bin that I keep all my camping stuff in, and I'm just grabbing bits and pieces from sticker sheets and little die cuts, and pretty much whatever I can get my hands on and that will match with this is what I'm using. You can see I'm pulling off these little fish to use by my little fishing pictures. I love this cute little bear with the fish in his mouth. I thought it was just absolutely adorable, but I've never been able to use him on a layout. So he just went perfectly on here between those two photos, and I love him. And then I'm just going to continue sticking everything down. I'm using I kind of alternated between my tape guns because I had my Thermalwood one laying here and it fit a little bit better in my hand, so I used that one for the most of this video. I think I did grab my ATG gun a couple times too. And I'm also sticking down some of these sticker and cardstock embellishments with some Nuvo liquid adhesive, because I find that some of these really aren't sticking down very well. So they need a little bit of reinforcement. So I'm just going to continue just adding little bits and pieces, and I'm going to add these cute little stars here. And then I find this cute little owl, but he looked kind of funny to me, just kind of floating there. He looked like he needed to perch on something, so then I moved him to the bottom so it looks like he's sitting there. But he just looked like he was hovering kind of oddly, so I did move him down to the bottom. But yeah, everything's pretty well lined up at this point. I really love this double page layout. Honestly, I really should do double page layouts more, but I just always use single page layouts. I don't mind so much that they don't match in my book. Usually my collections, they kind of go together anyways, and I use all camping theme together. I scrapbook chronologically in date order, so everything kind of coordinates anyways. It's just kind of when I scrapbook something random or different in there, like a pet layout or a layout about myself once in a great while, that won't coordinate with anything else, but it's fine to me. I don't so much mind it. That's something I need to do more of too. I need to document myself more because I'm always behind the camera, and I know my kids are going to want to see me in those books, so I really should try documenting that a little bit more. So here is my finished layout. I want to say thank you so much to Shannon for allowing me to scraplift you, and thank you so much for the inspiration. Your layout was beautiful, and yeah, check out the other creators in my description below that are playing along with May I Scraplift You and the Mad About Mini paper series. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.